Hi, welcome back. If you're here, I know you're just like me. You love a good plate of curry goat. So today, we're gonna cook one. It won't be the quickest cook, but it'll be a really good cook and you will definitely enjoy the end result. Today, I'll be using 4.5 pounds of fresh goat shoulder. Here you can see that I'm cutting them into bite-sized pieces. I asked the butcher to cut them into smaller pieces, but I guess they can only do so much with the tools that they have. Be very careful when handling the knife like this. I'm very comfortable using the knife in such a manner. If you're not, try using a cleaver, but be very careful of your fingers. When you're done chopping your meat, you want to give it a rinse with some vinegar and water to remove the bone fragments and also that rawness and some of the gaminess from the goat. Next, we'll move on to seasoning. I like to start with crushed black pepper. For that, I go with about 2 tablespoons. Next, salt, 2 teaspoons. My curry powder, 3 tablespoons. And about a tablespoon of your favorite all-purpose seasoning. With our onions, pepper, scallion, ginger, and some garlic. Next, add 20 crushed allspice berries. Then you want to chop your scallions and add those as well. Dice your onions and toss those in. You want to add about 4 to 5 cloves of garlic, minced. Scallions. If you haven't seen these scallions before, these ones are imported directly from Jamaica. Packed with flavor. I'll need a lot of ginger. We're gonna mince this. It's not too pleasant when you bite into a chunk of ginger. So you want to get it as small as you can. That should be good. Next, we're gonna hit it with the onion. 5 cloves. These you don't have to mince because the cooking process is so long, it's gonna cook out and dissolve. Curry is meant to be eaten spicy, so I like to add an entire Scotch bonnet, but add spices based on your own tolerances. Add a splash of olive oil and some thyme. Massage all the ingredients together. Give it a good rub because we want the goat coated with everything. Remove the leaves from the stems and give it a rough chop. Good. Grab a pot that's big enough to accommodate the 4.5 pounds of goat. It should take about 2 hours to cook the shoulder. Get your pot up to temp. On a medium heat and add about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. And you want to mix that in because you want to burn it off. Then you want to add your goat. Once the goat is in, you want to sear that off for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then you want to stir it. Give the pot a good stir and sear for another 3 to 4 minutes. Then add some water, preferably boiling water. Here you'll see me add cold water. What that does is slow down the cooking process. So if you can add boiling hot water from a kettle, that would be good. Add just enough to cover the meat, then cover it and let it simmer for about 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, a quarter to at least half of the liquid will be reduced. Keep an eye on the pot and add hot water as needed. At the 1 hour mark, I like to add extra seasoning. I added a whole onion, half of a green bell pepper, half of a red bell pepper, some more scallions, probably about 3 to 4 bunches, and half of a carrot. It's very important to check your liquid levels, as well as how tender the meat is getting while it's cooking. If you notice it's becoming more and more tender, you want to reduce the amount of water that you're adding. So another 20 minutes have passed. We're going to be adding our potatoes, letting that cook down for another 15 minutes, then adding a splash of coconut milk to finish it off. Give the pot a stir to check your liquid levels and the tenderness of the meat. If all is good, cover the pot and let it simmer for a few more minutes.